can lead us in peace. All that is needed is beyond you. I'm just saying I can be, yeah, one that you call and you talk to, girl.
They got live, huh?
I'll share my world.
Back in the building again.
Waste your time, waste your time. I'll be honestly, open your eyes and see.
You're gonna waste your time. Waste your time with me.
You could have all this, baby.
They got live, baby.
More than you need. It's no pressure. If you got time to waste,
It's been a long time.
waste it, baby. Close your eyes to get away. Bang my mind, I'm afraid. Beautiful, girl, stay this. You'll be fine, I'll be busy.
Always say the same things. Always say the same things. I'm out.
If you wanna waste your time, waste your time with me. You can have all the space, more than you need. It's no pressure. If you got time to waste it, baby.
All right. Been a while, huh? It's been a minute. Alright, you guys go easy on me tonight. It's been around, been away for almost like 3 months. I needed that time, guys. I was burnt out. I've been doing shows for 8 years in a row, all the time, over the weekends, all the time. I mean, you guys know it was a time I used to do 2 shows a day, 7 days a week. Being shadow banned, everything, you know, gets you depressed. You know, your reach, they destroyed your reach. You know, I'm live on my own network. We own our own network over here. We live on the radio, live on TV stations, everything else. It just depress you. You know, you're on YouTube, you're on these other stations, and you just shadow banned. You know, they destroyed my reach. You guys been gentle with me. I gotta work out some of the kinks. Like I said, it's been a minute, so it's gonna be a little difficult. I'm not as smooth as I was because I've been, like I said, a 3-month break. So show's not gonna be as smooth as it usually is. So just be patient with a brother. Everybody hear me loud and clear on the radio? Testing, 1 2 1 2. Seems to be clear. Now it's gonna be somewhat of a generic show tonight. We're gonna talk about the 4th of white lies and hypocrisy, right? This satanic ass celebration of this wicked ass country. And it's been wicked since its inception. Can we just talk? Can we just talk about it? It's been wicked since its inception. Yeah. Let's talk about it, family.
business in the street, be my little secret, baby, be my little friend. Weekend on the weekend, do something different, got my attention. Eight figures,
Fucking with a rich name.
big picture, more than just a night with you. Don't switch up, girl, when I switch up, the diamonds gon' dance.
You guys gonna probably get the fireworks outside the house. You know, it is the 4th of White Line, so. Oh man, I think it's this. Hold on, guys, give me a second. I think it's this thing here. I might do it like this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. You guys know I'm still learning technical difficulties. I put a new thing on here. I think it works with this thing here. Try to do it like this then. 1 second.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Black on Fire Network. This is the Black on Fire Network, Black on Fire Network.
Black on Fire Network, Black on Fire Network, Black on Fire Network.
Media of the 21st century, media of the 21st century,
Media of the 21st century.
media of the 21st century,
Media of the 21st century.
Media of the 21st century.
and we're diving into amazing conversation to get to discuss matters affecting African people, the African history, and the African identity.
Trying to bring Pan-Africanism, Renaissance,
relationships, life, politics, and everything in between.
Where we get to hold some of the most amazing shows.
Talking about the creative industry in the country and outside, studio interviews and covering events in the ground.
Where we play the best top 10 countdown in the country.
You've always say nothing but the truth.
Do remember you can join us, download our app, which is on the Google Play Store, and also stream on www.blackonfirenetwork.com.
Alright, let's try this thing here.
Follow us on our social media platforms.
And win yourself some cash prize and you tune into amazing conversations.
The media of the 21st century. This is where everything happens.
Right here only on the Black on Fire Network.
Alright, family, let me go and start this thing up. Well, kind of I thought I worked out all the kinks, but I guess I still got kinks going on. It's crazy. Then I worked out all the kinks, but let's do this. Let's take that down. Should be able to see me now live, right? Give me a second. Told y'all it's gonna be a little rusty here, so let's get this party started, right? Okay, I want to say welcome back to everybody to the Black Hot Fire Network show. I'm your host, Mr. Black Hot Fire. always on that ass. And we're broadcasting live from the homeland of the United States of America all the way over to the mother continent of Africa, because we're truly one of the only international radio programs, and that's what's up. Now I want to give a shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, BitChute, Instagram. We on all streaming platforms globally, and also on your TV stations, your Roku, your Amazon, your Android, and your Apple TV. So welcome to the ride. Here we go. Slap on your head gear. You know what time it is when you hear this. Ring the alarm. School's back in, stupid. Woo! Come on. Black. Hot. Fire. Come on. Woo! We back up in the building. It's been a minute. Come on. Woo! Black. Hot. Fire. Come on. Here we go. Ain't heard that in a minute, huh? Woo! Black, hot, fire! Woo! Ain't heard that in a minute. Welcome back. Woo! To the boiling white lies and hypocrisy family. Black, hot, bang! Come on. Strap on your head here, don't be scared, we up in this piece. Woo! Everybody talking about trash, I'm up in this piece. Woo! Come on. Black, hot, fire. Got a number to call us right there in front of you. 850-368-9102. Don't be afraid, we want to talk to you too. Black, hot, bang! Come on. Woo! Black, hot, bang! I'm back. Woo! Come on. Black, hot, bang! Black, hot, bang! Come on. Here we go. All right. How's everybody doing? Good to be back in the building. It's been a minute. All you doubters that wasn't gonna make it today. I'm back, guys. I had to take some time off, man. It's burnout. 7 years straight, 2 and 3 shows a day, man. Had burnout. I never thought I would have burnout, but I experienced some burnout finally. Even though I was still doing the shows with Joby every day, right, or 4 times a day. On the weekend, I finally had some burnout. It's been a minute, so I took, 3 months. I expect to take a couple of weeks off. 1 week turned into 2, 2 turned into 3, 3 turned into 4. Month turned into 3 months. Before I knew it, I was like, So I apologize. I am back. So much love to everybody. Much love to the family. And during that 3 months, it's pressing issues, but I try to discuss them with me and Joby on the weekdays. Everybody subscribe to blackeyefire.network.com or the YouTube channel Black Eyed Fire. On YouTube, on Rumble, on BitChute, we're everywhere. On your TV stations, on your radio stations. There's no way you cannot find us. Live on the radio throughout the world. Black Eyed Fire Network. You gotta just type that in your spaces. We're on the radio live right now as well. And so like I said, I had to take a little bit of time off. As far as the weekend shows, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shows, and get my energy back. Get my passion back to come on here every day. So I missed a lot of crucial stories. I apologize. You guys were talking shit early in the show with me and Joby today. You guys were talking shit. So I wouldn't be back. I'm here. I'm here, Negroes. He said I wouldn't be back. I'm here. Pop out in real life. I'm up in this piece. I'm up in this piece. So we want to talk about this, as we do every year. I couldn't miss the 4th of July holiday. You guys know this has been a ritual for me. As far as being a black American, that's talking about, the celebration of this evil country. I hate to say it. And I serve in this evil country, so no one can say that I don't have the right to say what I've said, because I put on a uniform for this country and went to war for this wicked ass country. Something I shouldn't have did. I was young. I was young and impressionable, so I joined the Marine Corps, went to war for this raggedy bastard ass country. Never gave any freedom to anybody black, ever. Right? This country's never been good, ever. So it's the 4th of white lies and hypocrisy. Right? There's never been a time period since this country's inception where it's not been at war doing wicked shit, wicked stuff to other people. Hasn't been a time. There's no time that's not practiced slavery. There's not a time that hasn't practiced unlawful imprisonment, practiced empire building as far as going to other people's country, stealing land and resources. That's what you have right now in Iran. It has nothing to do. What you guys know, Iran has nothing to do with a nuclear bomb. That's moronic. It's nonsense. They don't care about nuclear weapons. Okay? That was the case with bomb China and everybody else when they were creating weapons of mass destruction. The old Bush line, looking for mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction here, none there, none everywhere. So it's always the same rules of empire building and destroying other people's countries and then obfuscating that fact, the lies, the hypocrisy. We don't live in a free society right now. If you guys understood the big, beautiful bill, just like Build Back Better. This nonsensical bill that steals from the poor and gives back to the rich. And it's Robin Hood in reverse. Everything is always Robin Hood in reverse. You get all the propaganda. As American citizens, I believe we're the most propagandized people on the planet, sadly enough. Right? We're the most propagandized people on the face of the earth. And so that's just a sad fact. We're the most propagandized people on the face of the earth. And so we're always giving, we got to go fight for freedom and justice and all other kind of idiotic rhetoric. Right? We got to go fight somebody for the democracy. And then when we blow up their countries and destroy them, there's never no democracy. We find it was only about resource grabbing. Like in Libya, what they do in Syria right now, it's always resource grabbing. So we go through history, sadly enough, of black people in this country. It's never been a just country to us. But they were first doing their first 4th of July celebration. Sadly enough, our people were enslaved. They didn't see it being hypocritical by saying all men are created equal while we were enslaved. Ain't no problem with that. And then after the slavery was supposedly done away with, we were given Jim Crow laws. Redlining, Jim Crow, white terrorism, burning down of black communities, black cities, black everything. And so now we've been put back on the plantation with the fake civil rights nonsense, the civil rights morons, supposedly, we're supposed to believe in this fake civil rights movement. I told you that was a psyop. Because before that, we had our own businesses and we had to work with one another. And the black dollar flipped at least between, what's it say, about between 25 to 50 times inside the black community before it left, so we could build some semblance of wealth and pass that down to our children. And so with the fake civil rights movement, we gave up all our businesses. You're always giving the same civil rights hustle story. If your enemy celebrates story that we get like that goofy Rosa Parks story, that we're supposed to be happy but riding on the front of someone else's bus. When we had ownership of bus companies, why would we be happy to sit on anybody's bus in the front? The victory is ownership. So we're going to be happy to sit on Mr. Charlie's bus and make him richer, right? We're going to, we want to sit on your bus and make you richer by destroying our own bus companies and cab companies that we had then. And at that time, we know we were really, it was really a psychological operation that was run us because we had self-hate. And so when they opened up this fake integration, we abandoned all our businesses and went straight to theirs and made them rich, and we just lost everything. And so now we're worse off today than our parents and grandparents were 50, 60, 70 years ago because they had ownership within the community. We owned everything. We owned everything. So sadly enough, we had to go see if Mr. Charlie's ice was colder. And that's what we've been dealing with, right? And so as this celebration, there's no reason for black Americans to be celebrating something that was never intended for us. You've never got any justice in this country. If anybody believes that you are a handkerchief head, boot-licking, buck-dancing moron, okay? For our people, it's been nothing but strife, struggle, and fighting and war. Always. And we're still fighting today. Right? We're still getting shot in the street. Still getting unjustly imprisoned. Still got slave prisons. Getting slavery inside the prisons themselves. So the fourth of white lies and hypocrisy is crazy. You say, oh, this is the land of the free, home of the brave, and all this stuff. That's propaganda. This country practiced empire building. Empire building on the backs of everyone else on the planet. Imperialism. Expansion. Stealing. Depth. Graft. You know. Sadly enough, like I said, anybody want to call in, feel free to call in 850-368-9102. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. I forgot everybody's on TikTok as well. Appreciate everybody on TikTok. If you want to talk to me, you have to call in. I can't hear you guys on TikTok. You guys have to call in on the phone. 850. I know you guys. If you guys want to join, I see you want to join on TikTok. That's fine, but get on the radio. I can't implement the sound of my phone into the station, so you have to call me. So if you want to talk, just call 850-368-9102, and I'll be happy to take your call and answer your questions. Like I said, I'm a little rusty because I've been away for 3 months now, so forgive me. I want to talk also some about this bill. It proves that this 4th of July nonsense, it doesn't benefit anybody. So, as I try to teach everybody, there's no such thing as a right and a left wing family in this country. It doesn't exist. This is just an illusion to keep you fighting against each other. The reason why they put Trump, and the same thing would have been done with Camilla, but she would have fought more. So, the powers that be control both parties. Trump's a puppet, Camilla Harris was a puppet. They're like, oh, you would have voted, but Camilla had been different. No, it would not have been. Same wars would have continued because the same money interests control both parties. You don't have a party. You have a uniparty. And so like I said, this bill, this big beautiful bill nonsense, it's just the same thing as Biden's Build Back Better. There's no difference. It might be even more onus when you read the fine print in this bill, sadly enough. And American people have been duped, have been propagandized again, the MAGAs. You've been propagandized. Thinking Trump was your hero when he's not. Sorry, he is a bought and paid for puppet. And his bill should show you that. As he guts everything for just working class people. And that money again is given, sent up to the top. You can't be delusional anymore and think that the billionaires are job creators. That's nonsense. You've already seen that trickle-down economics from Reagan does not work. That's why the country is bankrupt. Why cities are hollowed out. Why the country looks like the Walking Dead wherever you go. Zombie apocalypse out here. Because we've been hollowed out. We've been propagandized too. We send all our jobs to China. They'll get those jobs back. They want AI and robots to do those jobs. And we don't have the necessary skills nor the infrastructure to bring these jobs back. That's what I'm saying. You just believe in rhetoric. We don't have the infrastructure. You know how long it takes to build a credible manufacturing base? The knowledge, let alone the infrastructure. We're talking about 20, 30 years to build it back better. That's nonsense. You're not going to work for the same ways the Chinese are going to work for. So that's not going to work. You don't have the skills. South America, we don't have the skills anymore. We're a different society. We've been hollowed out by propagandist nonsense. Ain't that funny? 4th of July. What are you celebrating? What independence are you celebrating while they're passing laws to lock everyone down? See what's in that bill? To lock everyone down? Saying you can't go against AI for 10 years. What kind of nonsense is this? Anything you can't question, anything you can't fight against, you already know it's evil in its inception. They tell you can't even fight AI for 10 years. By then it's too late. Because it has its claws in all aspects of society. And they know what to do. So this is pure evil. You understand that? People implement anything that you cannot fight against, you know it's evil. Pure evil that we're dealing with right now, sadly enough. But the country's always been based on evil. Not anything good. Whatever was good, black people fought for it in the streets, and we were opposed at every corner. The good things that people love about America came through fights in the streets. It wasn't naturally given. Right to vote. You know, but everything had to be a fight. You tell me about this great Declaration of Independence. This shit is a piece of garbage. Remember the Declaration of Independence also with the Constitution. Have you ever really read the Constitution, how wicked it is? You ever gone through it line by line? That's why shit don't work in the country? No. Or are you brainwashed? Or are you highly propagandized? But they're scrapping that anyway. You know, that's what this Trump takeover is. It's not, like I said, it's not about Trump. It's not, because I don't believe in any party. I don't believe in the Republican or the Democratic Party. I'm not any, and I have no dog in that fight, because I know they're both phony. They're both garbage. They're both controlled by the same banking elites, the same banking interests. Control both of them, so it doesn't matter who's in it. That's why the policies never change. That's why there's never no justice for working class people, or the middle class has been now gutted. Okay? So we're in a great country, the 4th of July, but the middle class is being completely gutted. Who's that benefit? Does it benefit us? Does it benefit the middle class, the working class, or the impoverished class? To gut the middle class. Who's that benefit? Oh, the 1% that passing all these ridiculous laws where they don't pay taxes, but we do. So the tax burden is now increased 10 times fold on the working man. And that's for the billionaires. Does that make any sense? They say it's a tax cut for who? They've increased the taxes on the working man. They've increased the taxes on us. But this is a tax cut. Every time you get a tax cut, it's always for your billionaire class, right? And yet we have less jobs today than we had 30 years ago. So you were always giving this propaganda about billionaires create jobs. But why are there less jobs today than there were 30 years ago? Why are there less jobs? Since the billionaires are supposed to create jobs when we give them tax cuts. We allow them to keep all their money and don't give back to society. Because a functional society means everybody must have an equal bid in this tax scheme, right? If I can add you or not. But that's not the case. There's been a complete plundering of the country for the last 50, 60 years. Because we've been propagandized to. Oh, give it to the rich, they'll get trickle down economics. You've already seen it doesn't work. We're scrambling. We got more homeless people now than we've ever had. And because people don't want to work, people just sick. So now we have an economy based on hate. Isn't it funny? We're supposed to hate everybody. Oh, the homeless, hate. It's supposed to be a great country, they tell you, but the economics is based on hating each other. That's what this election is about. Who hates more? Who hates this person more than that person? Lack of any kind of humanity. And as people, we're supposed to be loving towards our neighbor. The golden rule, but that doesn't apply in America. It never has. It's always been a psyop, propaganda, over and over again. So we now have this bill now, this big beautiful bill, but it's just stealing all the resources of the country openly, and that's what they intend to do, whether it was Camille or not. So now I want you guys to understand something. The Democrats know that this bill was heinous, right? But they're in the same party as the Republicans, so you got a fake duopoly. They argue. Oh, this is the worst bill ever, and it barely passes by 51%. Now, most Americans are going to be outraged. You're going to be outraged. Ah, man, what happened? Oh, we've got to get the Republicans out of there. And you'll give the Democrats a supermajority, and guess what'll happen? They'll find every reason not to take this bill. Not to overthrow, not to come in and rewrite the bill and get rid of it. You'll get every reason. Watch what I'm telling you. You'll be upset right now, right? You're going to be upset. And naturally so, you should be. Because it's nothing but another grab giveaway to the billionaires, to the 1%. Trump told you he's for the working people, for the working man. And you believed it because you're morons. I'm for the working man, the working people. Okay? You fell for it. Not for the working people. Trump is a grifter. He's a liar, a phony. He's a successful businessman. Okay, then why did he go bankrupt 6 times? Every time he goes bankrupt, what is this thing here? Now it's restricted. Why? What's this thing? I'm not saying nothing. My live on TikTok is always restricted. We've said nothing hateful here. But all of a sudden it's now restricted. Every time we go live on this TikTok nonsense, always some restrictions going on. Every time. We don't speak any hate towards anybody. We don't talk about hurting anybody. We're just discussing the bill. And suppose now it's going to be restricted everywhere because my reach, if I come on here live, my reach gets bigger. Who have I offended? Who have I hurt? By speaking nothing but the truth. Now if you got a problem with, call up 850-368-9102. Let's discuss it. Let's not be afraid to discuss what I'm saying. But TikTok is talking about you're going to be restricted. We're going to restrict you. We're going to restrict you. And so we're going to go live on this app. Ain't been on this app in 3 months. Ain't been on this app in 3 months. As soon as I get back on here, as usual, I'm supposed to be restricted. absolutely insane. All I'm saying is that you read the bill and see that it's another giveaway to the 1%. That's what it is. So why they feel threatened? Why are they trying to restrict me for saying that? For saying that this bill is another giveaway to the 1%. That's what it is. Let's stop everybody coming to the live now. Stop the live. Shut it down. Stop its reach. Because they want you to fight over crumbs. They want you to fight and hate each other while they steal and rob us blind. And that's what they're doing. They want you to play, hate each other. Keep away hate. But they pass bills to gut the whole country. They got now talking about they want to steal public lands. Lands that was for me and your children to enjoy from here to forever, to infinity. Now they want to steal those lands and make profit off of them. Right? Because it's never enough for the greedy. Never enough. See, they want to privatize all the commons. They want access of all your water, all the things that give you life, the commons. They don't teach that in school no more. What are the commons? Most people I find don't even know what the commons are anymore. So because we're dealing with propaganda consistently, no one knows the commons. Commons mean things that we all share in, things that keep society going, that should not be privatized. This should not be a profit off of something that we all come together in need. These are the commons: water, air, earth, the commons. They want to have you believing that everything should be privatized. Oh, it's suspicion that we privatize it and sell it off to them. Greedy corporations, greedy individuals who now hoard the profits. And now you cannot go to Grand Canyon or any public areas until you pay some greedy corporation that now raise the price. Never tell you it's more efficient when they privatize something, and you see that's never the truth. It's always a lie. Whenever they privatize something, it makes it worse, and they shrink the availability to the rest of the public. That's always the con. But they own all the media. That's why they want to stop you on these social media platforms. They own all the mainstream media, which no one is watching anymore. No one's watching the mainstream media. Who's watching it? Nobody. Because it's nothing but lies. All day lies. No one's watching the mainstream media anymore. It's all lies. So as soon as I come on here, they want to, we got to restrict your reach. We put this in here so we restrict you. And don't talk. Don't talk about what? Why is the truth a threat? If I'm crazy and wacky, you shouldn't be scared of me talking. People say, I'll get away from that child. He's crazy. That's a nut. Let me walk away from this lunatic. But you know I'm not a lunatic. And whenever I get on these social media platforms, what I say resonates, and that scares you. Whatever I say resonates, so you must stop my reach. It resonates. Every time I'm live, especially on TikTok, I get all these things of getting shut down. Who have I said anything harmful about? What lies have I told? So why I'm always getting restriction letters on TikTok? Because they want to fill you with propaganda. They want to fill you with propaganda. Have you hate filled while they steal everything out from under you. And that's what they've been able to do. That's why the country's such in bad shape. They still run around loving Reagan no good ass. Who sold the country out. He's a puppet. All these presidents have been puppets for the 1%. There's no president. They got us running around. They was running around talking about we live in a free society, we live in a democratic society. It's all nonsense. The Congress is 100% bought and paid for. The Senate is 100% bought and paid for. They serve interests. That's why the American people's interests never get served. Ever. None of our interests ever get served. And if it has, please let me know. Give me one incident in the last 30 years where the American people's interests got served. Now we know the majority of people right now don't want to have no war with Iran, but they're propagandizing us in the media over and over. Iran's bad, Iran, nuclear war in Iran. Who has Iran? 'Cause I was over in Iraq, sadly enough, but hey, I was duped too. But let's say who is Iran bombed in the last 100 years? Who is Iran invaded? Nobody. And how are we the arbitraries of who can and cannot have a nuclear bomb, or we're the ones always invading people and overthrowing countries? Said the same thing about Libya. We overthrew Libya. Have you seen Libya today? Libya was a peaceful, prosperous society, country. But given so much propaganda, terrorism, and blah, blah, blah. Now Libya is a failed state. Told you the same thing about Saddam Hussein. People living better under Saddam than they are today. These are facts. These are not my opinions. These are facts. Now the country's all in another failed state. Syria. They lied to you, told you Assad was running around here gassing people. Why would he gas his own people? He's trying to stay in power. Now we know that was a lie too, but it didn't matter. Now you got an Al-Qaeda member. Now the president, funny, we're supposed to be fighting Al-Qaeda and ISIS. But now you got an Al-Qaeda, head of Al-Qaeda now, the president of Syria. Explain to me how that happened. Since we're the land of the free and the home of the brave. Explain to me how there's an Al-Qaeda individual in Syria as the president. And the oil we've been stealing. The natural resource. Oh, we're supposed to be fighting terrorism. Well, that's always the rules, right? To get people's natural resource. Now, Trump talked about that when he was the first time. He wasn't supposed to say that. He said the quiet part out loud, that they steal all that oil. You guys remember that? All that oil. We got all that oil from Syria. We stole all that oil. I thought you would identify terrorism. Terrorism. That trope was never laid. Terrorism trope. Terror. They never tell you how these terrorist people get money. They got no jobs, no one's independently wealthy, but they got money for advanced weaponry and vehicles and everything. Where's this money come from? You never notice that on the news? They never tell you where the money, who's sponsoring the terrorists, who's got the money, because all the banks, we know the system of banking is in London. And we know the Rothschilds control all banking on the planet. So who is moving this terrorist money to these banks and no one knows? Isn't that, the news doesn't tell you that. News doesn't tell you that. Where's all this money come to support these terrorists? Because we would know, the bank would know that. The bank would know the laundering of the money and who's responsible for allocating funds to terrorists. They just terrorism, and we gotta go back to terrorism and shit, right? Let's keep saying. You've already restricted me over and over again. So because you may be prompting a what? I'm not doing none of that. I'm not promoting a brand. Content disclosure, I don't have any. What's the thing doing? Oh, wait a second. I don't know what the hell this thing's even doing. Content disclosure, I'm not even saying that that's content disclosure. See, they don't want you to be able to say nothing. Said nothing offensive, but just the truth. That's too much. That's too big of a deal, right? That's too much. But you're the home of the free and the brave and all this other idiotic bullshit they tell you. Where they try to censor you constantly over and over again for just speaking the truth. That was in the home of the free. So I can't tell you that the terrorism, I'm asking questions. I'm not allowed to ask questions. Where's the terrorist money come from? Who's funding the terrorists? I don't ever get that on the news. I get some ambiguous nonsense over and over again. About to just terror everywhere. Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab. I can't even name all the names. Okay. They're there. Where is the funding coming from? What businesses are funding these terrorists? And we know the banking system is European in nature. The SWIFT system. Because BRICS has still not been set up as a pay system. So the money still got to go through the pay system. Somewhere, somehow. Okay? Give me a second, guys. Let me see. A second. This is right here. This is right there. All these damn firecrackers go off. You guys hear that? I know you guys can hear all that. This is on a little bright out music. What's going on, Jason? How you doing, brother? What's going on? So, okay. Had to put right out side the door. So obviously, I see now on my TikTok I've been cut down, right? Both this page over here, this page over here. My regular page and my back page. I was getting shit out. Alright. It cut down all my views already. Got up to 0 now. Now I'm down to 0. It's funny. It cut everything down. It's funny. And cut everybody out every time I go live. And it's funny. Everybody else can do it. I just talk about the same thing everybody's talking about. Now I'm shut down, everything's down to 0. It's hella funny. It's funny as hell. I'm not gonna worry about that then. So, let me see if this guys.
At 12 p.m. today, June 25th, Nairobi, protest to occupy state.
said, let's share my screen. Hold on. We know this. So we know America right now is doing all kinds of various things right now in Africa itself. I try to unalive this brother, right? Yeah, the fireworks going on, Jason. That's right. It's loud as hell outside my damn house right now. I've been shut down on TikTok. It's hilarious. I think I should shut it down and reboot it and come on again. They shut me down. So, like I'm saying, 4th of July, it's done for us to celebrate. Like I said, you got the other thing, fireworks outside the house. Done for us to fun. And there's the live stream. Oh, and there's the live stream too. I don't know, but now we got all the ads back. Jason, I don't know what when it's, now they gave us back the ads. I don't know when the ads be in there. I don't, we can't put them in there. So I got no clue when the ads are popping up at all. Right? So I have no idea when the ads are popping up at all. So that's not my fault, brother. Since they gave us back our the thing called that super chat stuff, all the ads come in there. Usually when I do the shows with Joby, I only put the ads in there because they usually don't let us do the ads anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So like I said, what good is the 4th of July been for black people in America specifically? What benefits has it been? Why would we celebrate a system that has continuously locked us out and continuously practice war against us? Open hostility towards us. Like I said, I'm I want to see if I can find it. Give me a second, I know I can find this thing here. Find it. Oh, here it is.
If you still don't believe that integration...
Let me see if I can get the sound running. Give me a second.
Immigration is responsible for ruining the black business. Watch this.
Prior to desegregation, actually my parents are in that generation in which they weren't allowed to patronize certain kinds of restaurants. In that particular environment, if you were a black-owned restaurant...
Now I'm playing this because I'm telling this Messiah put on us to destroy us. It's integration nonsense, fostered by MLK and the rest of these other handkerchief Boule members. This was on purpose to destroy us as a people. They understood that the psychology of black people was to be close to Mr. Charlie. We said that Mr. Charlie's ISIS coder mentality because we had been through so much hatred, so much degradation that we didn't understand when we decided to just freely go away from our own businesses that it would destroy us as a community. But they knew that. They understood that. And they need those black dollars in their banks. See, we might have not been filthy rich, but we were a sustainable community by ourselves where that money rotated, flipped within our community at least 20, 30 times before it left. And so this country's always practiced warfare on us. Psychological, physical, medical, all aspects of warfare has never stopped. From the medical aspects to all the experiments that they've done on us. I mean, you just think it's Tuskegee. It goes deeper than Tuskegee, family. Deep, much deeper than Tuskegee. Okay? Sorry, you guys got the fireworks outside the house.
If you still don't believe that immigration is responsible for ruining the black business, watch this.
Prior to desegregation, actually my parents are in that generation in which they weren't allowed to patronize certain kinds of restaurants. In that particular environment, if you were a black-owned restaurant, you were guaranteed a certain number of customers that didn't have any other option of eating in other establishments if they wanted to eat out.
Of course, integration was great, but economically, it had a deleterious impact on our community. The first punch was we were so happy to have the opportunity to shop at Woolworth and Sears that we felt like we was sticking it to somebody by going there. Hey, I'm going to spend all my money with you and show you that my money is just as green. Then the second punch was that those retailers started recruiting my husband and me. So when I'm coming up in the 70s, the big goal of any mama, any big mama, is for her daughter or her son to get a good job at a big white company. So our would-be entrepreneurs, our talented tenant, as we call them in our community, we flocked to corporate America, and they got all our money, and they got all our talent.
We began to go out of the 20 generations of slavery. We started to emerge and started to have this period of time where the communities began to come together. They were still segregated during the Jim Crow era, but we had the local physician, we had the local business, we had a place where you can go and buy goods and services. You had to go and get educated, so we had to have our own historically black colleges and universities. And so you can go and get a PhD, and all of that is unprecedented.
We have always had mom and pop stores in our community, whether it was to sell ice cream or sell tools, and that was how we made our money. And typically we ran businesses together as husband and wives, family. The children would be there helping. The family was strong, marriages were strong.
What happened is there were some unintended consequences when the civil rights era happened. And as a result, was desegregation, not necessarily integration. The unintended consequences of that struggle is that the breakdown of businesses started to take place.
Black folk had 100 times more before social integration hit. I grew up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We weren't looking for the social integration because we had our own.
Is there?
Was part of one had the only black bus line in the entire United States. We had over 500 buses. All of our mechanics were black. All of our drivers were black. Electricians were black. Everything was black. We had that from 1927 up to about 1967. We don't kill our buses. Social integration. We also are talking about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King going down to Alabama, want to integrate the bus lines. Integrate whose bus lines? White bus lines. We had two cab companies in Winston-Salem. Whites had two cab companies. They had the Bluebird and the Yellow cab. That integration movement started what they wanted to do. The blacks didn't want to ride black cabs anymore. They wanted to ride in white cabs. We had our own movie theaters. There was a Lincoln and Lafayette theater in every major city and every black community in America. So guess what? Blacks didn't want to go to the black theaters and want to go to the white theaters.
Tulsa's Black Wall Street, from the name Negro Wall Street, given by Booker T. Washington, established wholly by black families, business leaders, and entrepreneurs less than 50 years after slavery ended. The district was so successful that a dollar would stay within the district an estimated 19 months before being spent elsewhere. Not only did black Americans want to contribute to the success of their own shops, but there were also racial segregation laws that prevented them from shopping anywhere other than Greenwood. In barely 2 years after the 1921 massacre, every house and structure was rebuilt, with more than 100
Or African American.
This is in place that were there before the riot itself, until the 1960s, when desegregation allowed blacks to shop in areas from which they were previously restricted.
They don't want any more Negro business, and that Negro business which exists, they say that should be integrated. If it's integrated, what has he got? He wants to lose everything. That type of propaganda is the brainchild of the colonies. The NAACP collects millions of dollars for racial incitement. But what do they do with that money? They do not spend one single cent to build any factories or shops to create jobs. They do not want to spend one single penny of the money that they collect for the purchase of land and home construction, because they consider the purchase of land and development of a Negro community as segregating yourself. They're only interested in one thing: to get into every neighborhood, but build nothing yourself. Unfortunately, it's only a Negro minority of intellectuals and leftist Negro preachers who presume to speak for all the Negro people. They try to silence all opposition by calling anybody who disagrees with them as Uncle Tom.
If white immigrants can come to this country 50 years ago with nickels and dimes and no education, and come here and pool their little nickels and dimes and no education, and set up little stores, develop these stores into larger stores, develop this into an industry which creates job opportunities for whites. And today the black man, according to the government economist, has spending power of $20 billion per year. We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has $20 billion, and these so-called people leaders are such geniuses that they can integrate white restaurants, and integrate white factories, and integrate porcelain salons that the white man has set up, they should use this same ingenuity to show the black people how to pool our wealth and set up something of our own.
There's a reason we would.
All right. So I wanted to play that right there, right? I wanted to make sure that we understood. Go back to this. I wanted to make sure that every group of people were allowed here to leap over top of us. They were given the benefits and the wealth that our people, through slavery, through 300 years of slavery in this wicked ass country, have built up. That we were never given the same opportunity, so they were able to leapfrog over us. And that's what Malcolm X is talking about right here. They can come with no education, with nothing, and be able to come in and get the American dream, a piece of the pie, but we were always held back and never given the same opportunities. And then we'd be told, look at you, why can't you do it? Why you were poor? You were now all of a sudden now we're lazy. That was the new trope that we were given now that we were lazy, right? We were never understand that we were never given the same opportunities, the same benefits as all these illegal immigrants that were white coming from the unwashed masses of Europe. Unwashed masses of Europe didn't have to do no fighting to get positions in America. They came in over top of us already. Thanks to the racial pyramid scheme that they built. So, I feel that this country ever been anything good. It's absolutely insane. No matter how much propaganda they put, this country's been dirty and filthy since its inception. I feel this country's done anything good for who, for what, for when, where. What history? You know, after when Jim Crow, let's say, maybe 10 good years after during Reconstruction, after the Civil War, where a few black people were allowed to get a step up, they were allowed to get some land, right? Allowed to join Congress. But within 10 years, that was all reduced because of white rage. That was all reduced. Because the idea that you would have any kind of equality. You need money, you just want a fair shake and be left alone. But for them, they were never happy with seeing anybody black succeed. Always caused white rage. Always. So this the land of the free, home of the brave, they would start burning your ass, burning your houses down, killing your family, imprison you on fake charges. You had no recourse because all the courts were against you. All the laws were created by the racists that were against you. So you had no redress that you can even go to as a black person in this country. Where could you go? Where could you turn to? You couldn't go to the court system, and you couldn't go to the police justice system. All of it was against you. But they want you to celebrate this fake 4th of July. The 4th of white lies and hypocrisy. That's what it is. Black people have never experienced any independence whatsoever. It's always been a steady drumbeat to sabotage, destroy, rape, and pillage whatever we tried to build or to establish. Over and over again. That's been the country's stated goal. Might not be written, but that's the stated policy. Me just saying the truth on TikTok. I'm now at 0. At 300 people in here on the live on TikTok. Look at this shit, man. Damn. Moth. Damn moth. Always in Florida, boy. These damn bugs. Moths. Look at the lights up. How they get in their damn windows? Crazy. Sorry about that. Trying to get a moth. You guys see that white moth in this? You get all these lights on, they come from outside. It's crazy. So, smash that like button for me, guys. Like I said, I'm still a little rusty. Of course, I'll be back on tomorrow too. I'm a little rusty here. So, what I'm saying is, two over here. I still got zero here. Let me see what I got. If I come back, still zero. Just turn it back on. I'm trying to turn this thing up, turn it back on. Again, show. Live again. With the algorithm. Tell the truth and say the devil. Woo! So like I said, doing Reconstruction, there was a time period that we thought we could get ahead. You had something called the Freeman's Bank. You guys know the Freeman's Bank? Dang, there's something cutting off too now. Look at this. Hold on, this devil's gonna go. Oh, this one shut down too. Hold on. So shut down to what? Okay. Yes, something called the Freeman's Bank, where black people thought they could pull themselves together, come out of slavery. They had no economic institutions, right? They had nothing. So something's called the Freeman Bank. They would pull their money together, and that would give them loans to start creating businesses and and prepare for the future, because the government never gave them the 40 acres and a mule. We were just left out with nothing. So even with the Freedman Bank, as black people put their money in there, sadly enough, just like everything we find, that's always a grip, always a hustle. So the ministers of this bank were white men. So we know what that was going to happen. So when all this money was finally put there, they were allowed to steal said money, and nothing was ever done. So the people left broke and destitute. And since you're in a racist ass country, which it always has been, there was never no justice for the black families that invested in this bank. So all the millions of dollars that were just stolen out of there from the people who were, at that time, remember, black people were making peanuts. So them losing all that money really meant something. And once again, there's no place to go to get redress. No place to go. Can't go to the police because they're on the damn criminal side who just stole all your money out of the bank. Can't take it to court because the court is rigged against you too, because you're black. They tell you, they sit there and tell you to shut up, and none of these things never happen. That the system has never been cooked against you. Right? The system's never been These things never happen. All these damn wicked ass theories have never happened. You want to celebrate this for the white lies and hypocrisy. Celebrate white lies, support the white lies and hypocrisy. No. We're not going to do that. So like I said, the Freeman Bank, so that was completely, all that money was stolen out of there. Of course, they were left with nothing once again. The black people who believed in the bank and were trying to come out of slavery and make a way forward. There was another thing of terrorists, right? That's a terrorist system. that stole all the money. And of course, them being white, nothing ever happened. We said Ricky by 1982 in Selma, Alabama, Asians took all out money. Damn. Took out by 1982 in Selma. They took out all the mom and pop stores. 1982. Wow, that's crazy. But that's where they brought them in. Those are the Vietnamese that they brought into the rural areas, Rick. Those are the Vietnamese that they bringing over here. And we supposed to be fighting them, but they bring them into the black community. And as they bring them into the black community, what they do? Give them businesses in our community, let them feed off us. Why they didn't allow us to have those businesses anymore? We couldn't apply for any loans. So like I said, they bring them in here. They give them loans to leapfrog over us and say, oh, why can't you do it? Why are you so bad and so messed up? That's how the system has always operated. But then we're crazy if we bring this up to anybody's attention. We're talking crazy. We're insane. We're talking racial. We bring up the race card, all this reverse psychology they use on you with the race card nonsense. They've been using the race card, the Uno and reverse card on us over and over again. So going back to that Freedmen's Bank that all the money was stolen out. So all that money was stolen out of the Freedmen's Bank, right? And so black people once again are put behind the 8 ball once again. And so they gather themselves up and they start migrating to the north and west to try to just get some semblance of a life. But every time they would build, because black people, if you left alone, you are successful people. You build. Without you now sadly enough, you're highly propagandized and your communities are completely broken. But at that time, you would still pick yourself up and go build wherever you found yourself. But as soon as you start building a successful community, somebody was always there with white terrorism to burn it down, to kill you. That's why you had so many race riots in the late 1800s, early 1900s throughout America. Black people would leave, go somewhere, start building a successful community, and it would cause white rage. They would attack your community, burn it down to the ground, and leave you with nothing. And then you never had any recourse because the system has been designed to destroy you. So why would you celebrate any 4th of July? And that's why they never want you to know your true history. That's why you got Ron DeSantis down here in Florida and all these other Republican eras trying to lie about your history and then reclassify slavery as a damn job, right? It's a job that you wanted to do and you were happier doing it being a slave. They want to give you fake history and other nonsense to whitewash the misery and terror that's been committed on that's been committed against us. They don't want you to say this, but I keep taking it off of TikTok. This is history I'm talking about, right? Everyday history. Every time you would build, so all these race riots were happening, right? Where they were taking black men, women, and children and hanging them from trees. They would hang them from trees, burn them alive. This is where you get the term picnic. Now remember to still celebrate your wicked ass 4th of white lies and hypocrisy every year as they burn black men, women, and children from trees or wherever they can hang you from. They cut off your damn private parts, burn you alive, and then eat you. Okay? See, that's little things they don't want to teach you about the cooking, the preparing of Negroes. They would cook you, they would burn you alive, cut off your genitals, and still eat you. Alright? As we know about the book called The Delectable Negro, these are just facts. They want to tell everybody else is cannibal. Black people don't practice cannibalism. Especially if you're in Africa. Why would you practice that when that's the most irritable land on the planet? They never taught us that growing up. Africa has the best land on the planet. It's the most irritable part of the world. 64% of land that's arable is in Africa. So no one needs to practice any cannibalism. That other white fake myth. And as I taught you guys, they've always practiced cannibalism in their past. That's just a fact. Told you about the Third Crusade, when they ate all the children were going to crusade. Now they erase it off of Google now. They just said, got that moth? Got it. Damn moth. They don't even say that no more. They just say, oh, the kids disappeared. Yeah, they disappeared in people's guts into their bellies. They ate them. These children that marched from France down to Italy to Nice to Florence or Nice, wherever they marched to, they ate those children. They ate them. Nobody got all these nursery rhymes in Europe talking about Hansel and Gretel eating people. Okay, that's their culture that they don't ever want to tell you about. They want to obfuscate it and project their cannibalism on us. Never practice any cannibalism. Most black people didn't even eat meat. See, that's why they don't know once you know your true history. Black culture didn't eat much meat, so that's a lie about the cannibal nonsense. See, that's a lie. They don't want to teach you none of this. We'll just obfuscate you with lies. So, by them practicing their wonderful 4th of July, they were hanging innocent black men, women, and children. Burn them alive. Burn them alive. Okay? Damn moth. Damn moth. Burn them alive. And then they would cook them and eat them. That's why I don't want none of your history taught in none of these schools anymore. They want to obfuscate, tell you lies. This was a normal aspect of American life for black people. This was the norm. That's why you had the song by Billie Holiday, saying that the southern trees bear strange fruit, or grow strange fruit. And what she meant by that, there were red roots on the poplar tree, blood of black innocent men, women, and children being hung. But of course, this is the 4th of July. The 4th of white lies and hypocrisy, what this is. No reason for anybody black to celebrate this. If you're not, now if you're a black American, you're not. Countries never treated you as an equal. Give you any independence while they're burning you alive and then eating your ass and cutting off your private part. Can you imagine today, you got people today in the South and up really around the country have the body parts of black women, black men, and black children in their houses in some kind of pickle jar, mayonnaise jar, a vase, as collectibles to this very day. That's how deep and heinous this crime goes back. That's how far deep this crime goes back. To this very day. This very day. They tell you when they want you to celebrate the freedom of this wicked ass country. This is some sadistic shit. It's satanic. Let me see what you're saying. Rick was saying, says Selma looked like hell now from 1990 to 2025. Black on black crime and drugs. Rich live out in the country in nice homes. Yeah, the rich do, yeah. And that was the gentrification when they came with the Asians and the other people that they allowed them to, like I said, to leapfrog over us. And then explain, why can't you make it? When all the roadblocks have been set up to make sure you stay in the same place of poverty and degradation. So every community was allowed to leapfrog over. That's why as black people, we don't support any illegal immigration, because it's done detriment to us. It has brought in more anti-black individuals to practice wicked ass, white supremacy against us. These are just facts. So, idea we're going to be one of these Negroes screaming about the Declaration of Independence and all this other nonsense is idiotic. Because that independence has never been beneficial or equal towards us as a people, not now, not ever. And when you tell us, your good white friends get, oh, what do you mean? That's the way it's going. These are facts. I'm sorry, it's hurting your fragility of just speaking true history. We're not saying with any malice either it happened or it didn't, either it's real or it's not. And they don't want to accept this cruel past because it blows away the fake narrative. You want to say black on black crime or we're the criminals. You're putting criminality, guys, when you're put in poverty. If you don't have a want for anything, you're not going to have poverty. They don't tell you that the systems that they created, the unfair, unjust, wicked system that they created causes crime. If your back's against the wall and now you're suffering economically, you have no reason but to turn to crime. You have no other out. And that's where they wanted to put you at, because they want to put you in these private prisons. Right? They want to get you there so you have free slave labor. They want to give you no recompense, no way to get out of poverty. This system is designed to keep you in poverty. And that's what that big, beautiful bill is about. You're stealing money from the poor and the working class and moving it up to the 1%. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Moving all this money to the 1% over and over again, and everybody's being fooled. They got you fighting amongst each other. Republicans fighting Democrat fighting Republicans. There's no such thing as a Democrat nor a Republican. They're controlled by the same people. People that have the money, the people that run this country. This all this fake ass right-wing, left-wing nonsense. That's to keep you fighting as they steal everything and rob us blind. You were given your wicked ass racism to you. Sadly enough, you white people, you've accepted that. You're happy to take anything, scraps and crumbs, as long as black people don't get it. You ever learn to unite and put your fake supremacy aside? That's all you. As long as you feel like I'm better than black people, I don't have nothing, I'm poor and I'm messed up, but I'm not black. That's what they've given you. A mind full of idiotic propaganda. And it always works. That bus is never late. That bus is never late. I hate black people bus. It's never late. That's why every Republican candidate runs on that kind of hate. It's a dog whistle, right? It's a dog whistle to hate everybody else while they steal everything from you. You're living in a trailer with no damn lights, but you talking about you're some kind of Republican. they get bills always to the rich. But like I said, the Democratic Party is the same. There's no Democratic Party that helps any working class or middle class either. There's no such thing as a left-wing party in this country. They're all both right-wing and corporate. They're all corporate parties. There's no, see, that's why you get the fake puppets on all their media and alt media. Oh, the liberals, the liberal. You hear that all the time. That's fake media. There's no such thing as a liberal. If it was liberal, you would get liberal policies, but you never get. You would have been had health care that works. Israel got free health. Why does Israel got free health care? You don't. You tell you can't have it. It's bad. It's communism. But isn't it funny? The right wing always protects Israel. They got free health care. They got free education. And all these things free from our tax dollars. But you never hear them do their propaganda media that that's ever bad. They say that's bad for Americans to have it. You ever notice that? They say it's bad for Americans. But these right-wing morons will never tell you that Israel has all these benefits off our tax dollars. And they never call that bad. See how the PSYOP works? See how this PSYOP works? They never tell you in the news. Israel gets free medical off your dollars. They get free education when you got people can't even afford college in America no more. They're paying $200,000 for a job that pays them $50 a month. And college is costing now $200,000 a damn year. And you know why that is? Because of your white racism. Remember, go back and look. College used to be free. But when they decided black people were going to start integrating these colleges, they said, no, we want to make it so they can't afford it, so they don't integrate it. And so once again, your racism in this wicked country, once again, land of the free, the home of the brave. Remember? Now they started introducing payments and college because they didn't want black people to get education. They said we raised the rates, they won't be able to afford to send their kids to these colleges. That's why now your college rates are so astronomical. You can't afford it. You're in debt. These are facts. And once again, these are real facts. Because they didn't want you to have it. So now they made college unaffordable. Priced you out. But Israel got free college. Israel has free college. Imagine that. Why they never say it's bad for Israel to have free college? They don't think it's bad. They're not. I don't see nobody in the streets of Israel protesting about them having free college and having free health care. These right-wing morons will tell you it's bad because they've been propagandized for communism and socialism is bad, bad, bad. But they never tell you the people that they represent, people that they protect, and once you go to war for, got free health care. Damn moth. Damn. Damn moth flying around here, can't get his ass. Damn moth. Where's he at? Get your ass, moth. But they never tell you that you don't, they'll say that you can't have it's bad for you. All propaganda in the media, every commercial tell you it's bad to have health care that works for you, right? That'll be free and affordable. That's bad. That's communism. Socialism is bad, 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 bad. But they never tell you the same people that they represent in Israel have free health care. It works for them. And I've been to Israel. It's a lovely, well, it was a lovely place before they got bombed, right? That healthcare was working fine, working great. They never complained about it. They say, hey, you know what? We shouldn't have this free healthcare in Israel. What's going on? We shouldn't have it. I never heard no one complaining about it. But when it comes to America, we got to be propagandized against it because ours are paid to play. These companies are making astronomical monies by what? Rejecting health care for us. We don't get it. They make money by rejecting health care. Making sure we don't get it. It's an insurance scam because the country's wicked. They make money by ensuring that we don't get it. Oh, we got this health insurance. They ensure that we don't get any damn health care. That's priced out of our range and they constantly get siphoned free money. Healthcare is a scam in the country. It's not about helping anybody. You're giving free money to somebody so that you won't ever be able to get health care itself. Isn't that funny? Make sure you never get it. Isn't that funny? Isn't that like magic? So make sure we never ever get. We're always propagandized. We had the fake Obama said he was gonna give it. Then he wasn't gonna give it to you. It's a scam. They're all putting power to keep things away from. These are all puppets. We have no real representation in this country. There's no left wing. There's no right wing. There's only the corporate wing. And they wanna what? Get more profits. Say that you having a decent life is bad. They're doing the racism for you morons to make sure you don't get it. Get this damn moth. Make sure. Sorry about that. Give me a second. There goes. So the ideal that you're celebrating 4th of July for what? What freedom do we have? What lie? We're basing the system of lies, and now with this bill that they just implement, the big beautiful fake bill, this is nothing but what was that, the Patriot Act 2.0, 2.1, where they're trying to lock you down. If you say anything about a certain country, now you're supposed to be locked away in prison. It's a hate crime. They want to put surveillance on you 24/7. Read the bill. They ain't sure about no American first nonsense up in there. So you know that was a lie. It's nothing in there to help the working class. That Trump said he's going to help the working class. That's a lie. He's going to get rid of all these illegal immigrants. They're not doing that. Because, you know, the people that want them here, these are the businessmen who run the farms and run other things that they want that cheap labor. So what you see on TV is mostly psyop, but some people they're rounding up. They need these people in for these cheap ass positions. Because it's gonna cause a lot of damage to people. See, everything's a hate. Everything's done with hate and malice because we're now fighting against each other for the little scrapes and crumbs that we get from the billionaire class. They steal everything, and so they need the rest of the masses to fight over the crumbs. And they use that by divide and conquer, pushing hate towards everybody. Hate you because you're black, hate you because you're white, hate you because you're Mexican. It's all the divide and conquer nonsense that's worked so well over and over and over again while they steal everything but the kitchen sink. He tells you this was a tax cut. Tax cut for who? They raised the tax rate on the middle class and the working class and the poor. The only class that was lowered the tax rate were the wealthy, the 1%. So how's this a tax cut? See how they do it? And when you hear it through the media's owned by the same people. That's why you never get any of the truth. The media's owned by the same people. And they push the same propaganda over and over again. That's why I told you we are one of the highest propagandized people on the planet. We don't never know which way is up. Because we're giving nothing but lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. We're inundated with lies. As a people. Just like with this war thing they want to knock off with Iran. That's coming. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking about this. They want this war with Iran. They want those resources there. They want that central bank up in there. Has nothing to do with any nuclear weapons. America's a dying, falling empire. All empires fall. Rise, have a peak, and fall. We are in decline. They don't want to tear that America. But you should see America's in decline. Can nobody afford rent? Nobody can afford food. Nobody can afford damn housing, rent, transportation. No one can afford none of these things. Because we're an empire in decline. Every empire lasts maybe about 250, 225, 230. We're already past the 250 mark. So we're an empire in decline. And to keep this scheme going, we must steal other people's resources and put their resources on our fake dollar that's what printed. It has no value. It's garbage. It has no intrinsic value. The dollar is worthless. And so we must rob and steal people's resources to force them to put their resources on our dollar. That's the hegemony. There's no other land of the free and the home of the brave is doing. We must commit hegemony and force people to put their resources on this dollar to prop it up because it's garbage. But you don't get that in the media. You say, oh, this terrorist country. No, there's terrorism happening around. There's terrorism. And Iran is committing terrorism. Actually, again, honestly, who's Iran invaded? Who's Iran bombed? Israel bombed Iran. Killed innocent men, women, and children. But nothing was said. Nothing was said. You got a major genocide going on right now in Gaza that America supports. How is this a moral country? What Christian doctrine is this where you get to murder innocent men and women and children and call yourself an ethical country? We're just talking about ethics here. morality. What kind of morality, what kind of God tells you it's good to kill innocent men, women, and children? Where's that at? But you won't kill people in my name. I don't support any genocide. And like I said, I got no dog in the fight. Because these Palestinians are racist as shit as well to my people. But I get no joy in seeing these people murdered. I support no genocide of innocent men, women, and children because I am a humane individual. I believe in humanity. And people have the right to live and have self-determination. I believe in that. You're not going to tell me that people should be shot in the head and murdered and then give everybody the fake terrorism scam you give. Damn moth. You can't give me that. So families, there's going to be, they're only stocking up. Only reason they put this ceasefire so they can restock themselves. See, America's not a manufacturing giant anymore. So any kind of war, a sustainable war, America won't be able to fight no sustainable war because we don't manufacture anything. Now you know weapons. Most of those weapons, the material comes from China, who we want to fight later too. We have no manufacturing. So commit any war sustainability, you must have manufacturing base in your country, which America does not. So the only reason why they stopped you got this pause in the Israeli-Iran war because Israel's run out of weapons. So it's waiting for America to resupply it. And they're going to kick off the war again. And call it some fake terrorism. But Israel can have nuclear weapons, which we know they got from the 1960s when John F. Kennedy tried to stop them. They're not part of the IAEA. Then they want to tell Iran they should be. See, the hypocrisy. The Western hypocrisy is absolutely crazy. You should have your missiles and nuclear program looked at, but not us. How dare you? You know, we don't need to be at the IAEA, but only you do. So like I said, the war is not over. They want to bomb Iran again. That's coming. The ceasefire is fake and phony. This country been allowed to bomb and kill innocent men, women, and children in real time. We've been looking at this. And no one's done nothing and said a damn thing about it. We live in a really evil, cruel world, sadly enough, run by psychopaths. We live in a really cruel, evil world run by psychopaths. And you'll put your fake religion, tell me it's your religion to kill somebody, then your religion is fucked up. And you're messed up in the head. If you think it's okay to kill innocent men, women, and children because some religion told you to do it, your religion's garbage then. You need to rethink it. And maybe the religion's not garbage, maybe it's just you. Okay, maybe it's not the religion, it's you. But this has been allowed to go for the last 2 years. And so this war is going to continue, family. And there's not going to be no winners. There's going to be a lot of losers here. Sadly enough. As we celebrate this fake for the white lies and hypocrisy. Is what this is. This country's never been justice since its inception. The murdering of all the Native Americans with these fake trees as they murdered and slaughtered people in this country. Still got to say, my country, I don't know no legal aliens in here. You were a legal alien. You murdered people. Had no conscience about murdering people off their land, slaughtering and murdering people. This is the inception of the country. The country has never stopped its hegemony, its wickedness, its cruelty, it's unfair to other people. That's been the norm. Find me the good spaces that you're talking about. Where the good time? Remember when America was good? No, I don't never remember when the motherfucker was good. Remember when America was good? No, when was that? Tell me. What day? The day they stopped, when they used to hang black people for doing nothing? Burn them alive and eat them? What day? Let's go into black towns, burn them down, kill the black people not doing nothing, trying to be prosperous and mind their own business. What day? What day is that? Tell me the time it was good. When was it good? I want to know. I'm asking for a friend. When was it good? We should be celebrating the independence of this country and the goodness it did. I'm waiting. Tell me the day. Somebody call up and let me know. When was the goodness? I missed it. When was this country ever good and righteous? I'm waiting. Give me that point. Maybe educate me, please. Help me to understand when this country was righteous and did right by people. What day was this? Was I absent in school? I missed that lesson and I need to relearn it. Please tell me. I must have been absent that day in school. I didn't learn that. I missed that lesson. This country's been draped in bloodshed, criminality, year after year, over and over. So, where's the duplicitous nature of this wicked beast that you're talking about? I'm asking. When is the good times? What are these good times been? I missed it. Like I said, I missed the good times. I've missed the good times. I really have. You know, served in the, can you imagine? I served in the Marine Corps. And let me tell you, this is one of the most racist institutions that exist. If anybody's been in the Marine Corps, it's one of the most heinous, racist ass. And like I said, I wish it wasn't. Racist as hell. Everything they build is based on race. It's crazy. They want you to fight and die for their wicked ass, but they can't give you dignity and respect. I go on this wicked ass Marine Corps that's racist as shit. Openly racist back then when I was in it. Openly racist, in your face racism. Like, wow. This is real. But, tells you back in the back, from its inception, the military has been racist towards black people. Racist as hell. Then when you come back and celebrate some shit, when you come back and celebrate this Fourth of white lies and hypocrisy, but they can't treat you like a human being to go serve and die from. Like I said, any war breaks out black people, that's not our problem. Let them go fight their own wars. We refrain from going to any battles for these people, because there's never been any battles they've ever fought for us ever. They want to go to war with people? Hey, be my guest. Go knock yourself out. But black bodies won't be in any war with Iran or anybody else no more. Days is over. What benefit have we ever got for fighting this man's war? Absolutely nothing. We got our grandfathers. We got to prove ourselves in World War I and World War II. Where'd that get us? Where'd that get us proving ourselves in World War I and World War II for these damn people? Nothing. Came back to more rape, more murder, more lynching, more unfair treatment, more redlining, more destruction of our communities, still being targeted as people. So what benefit have we ever got fighting in any of their wars? To celebrate this fake independence of freedom which we never ever received ever. Huh? Oh, I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. Help me out. I get this damn moss flying around my damn head. Damn. My fly swatter at. We say when I was stationed in San Diego, in Norfolk, Virginia, Jacksonville, Florida, and Kings Bay. Yep. Yeah, Kings Bay's the submarine base, right? That's a submarine base. I always got into it. Right, I always got in a fight with your Marine brothers. But were they black or white at the time? You guys had them goopy uniforms on. You guys had them goopy uniforms on. You guys had them goopy Navy uniforms on, Ricky. You guys had them goopy Navy uniforms on. You guys had them goopy Navy uniforms on. That's why it's pricey. That's probably why we got out of fights. I never got to fight with the Navy guys. I always got along with, especially the Navy corpsmen. The Navy corpsmen, me and the Navy corpsmen, because they kept the Navy corpsmen with the Marines, right? And a lot of Navy corpsmen wore Marine attire because they kept the Navy corpsmen with us a lot of times when we went out in the field. So I always got along with the Navy corpsmen. They was always cool. They was always good to go. Oh, the blue ones ain't bad. The blue uniforms are not bad. They're not really like them white bell bottoms. Oh, okay, that's why. Oh, you got nothing. You can fight with no brothers, I'm sure. Yeah. Like I said, I never had no problem with the Navy cats. I got along with the Navy guys pretty well, so I had no problem with those cats. I never got along. I never bad with them cats. So, I never had a bad with them, with those cats. But family, not much to say. I'll be back on tomorrow. I know you guys gonna say BS. I'm not. I'm back for good. I'm back because, like I said, I was burned out, guys. Man, shows for years, 3 and 4 shows a day back in the day. So I'm back. So I'm gonna let you guys know I'm back, guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up. And like I said, I'll be back on tomorrow, of course, right? Oh no. Let's start out like this, family. Say 1, 2, 1, 2. Much love, fam. I'll wrap it up. Get the blue working uniforms, white and black dress. I know what you're talking about. Those are nice. Those are nice, Rick. So I'm say much love, family. And say much love, family. But I think I can do this real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Where's it at?
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus.
Only thing has no sound right there for it, but that's ashwagandha. I'm showing you guys all the
each root is hand-picked and dried.
All the supplements that we offer right there,
ensuring the highest quality.
It'll say what it is. I don't got no sound on the thing.
Teaspoon into your favorite beverage, or take it in capsule form as
prescribed by
a healthcare
professional. Beetroot, which one is this?
Whether you're looking to balance your stress level,
whatever it is, go to blackoutfirenetwork.com, go to your sports nutrition section, go and cop this. Make sure you go, if you have a Google phone, make sure you go to Blackout Fire Network at Google Play Store, download the free app. We're live all the time. You get all our shows live there.
blackhotfirenetwork.com.
If you're on a Roku channel, an Amazon channel, Apple TV, or Android, these are all streaming platforms. If you got any one of these TVs that stream, go to your app section, type in Black Hot Fire Network, and download the TV app. Because I'm live on TV right now as well, so you can look at us on TV. We're on TV. If you want to listen to us on the radio, we're on the radio live right now. Just go on anywhere on the internet, just type in Black Hot Fire Network. Some radio station somewhere is going to pick it up. You just click on that button. I'm live right now, also on the radio. So we're everywhere. We're live on YouTube, live on TikTok, We're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Rumble. Did I say Rumble? I said Rumble. Not on X. I don't want to put the channel back up. They took it down on X. We're live on TikTok, Rumble, BitChute. But you'll get that all throughout our app, right?
Discover the natural power
you get that all throughout our app.
An ancient herb known for its healing properties.
You'll get all this all throughout our app.
For years, ashwagandha has been trusted to discover the natural power of ashwagandha.
Oh well, try to see if that works. You get that all throughout our app. So all our platforms are on our app. All our social media platforms are on the application. Go to Black Eye Fire Network on Google Play Store. Download it's free. And like I said, what you see me live right here, you see it live on all TV platforms, all radios, in tune, wherever you're at. And also podcasting platforms. If you got why they want me to change the live again? Not now. Okay, restricted, so what? You've already restricted me. Who cares? I'm about to end it. I keep getting restricted. This crazy. So on all podcasting platforms as well. So on all podcasting platforms, what is it? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the podcasts, Spreaker. So even if you got podcasts, all podcasting platforms, type in Black Eye Fire Network, we're there. We listen to the radio, we're there. We're everywhere. There's nowhere you cannot find us. We are not a YouTube channel. We are a network. We are everywhere. So with that saying, let me wrap this up. Say much love. Woo! We out. And I'll be back tomorrow, family. I will be back tomorrow. For real, for real. Black. Hot. Fire. Come on. We out. See everybody same black time, same black channel tomorrow. I'm back. We're good. Woo! I'm back for good, family. Black, hot, fire, much love, fam. We out. Woo! Yeah. Black, hot, fire. Come on. Woo! It's been a ball, fam. I missed it. I have missed this thing. I need some time to rest. But we back. I missed this thing. We back. See if ain't nothing. Woo! Shit. Yes, that's it. Black, hot, right. Much love, fam. Everybody smash that like button on the way out, fam. Smash that like button. Woo! Black, hot, fire. We out. Woo! Black, hot, fire. Black, hot, bang. See everybody tomorrow, family. That's how we do. See everybody tomorrow. Much love. Black, hot, bang. Back in the building. Woo! Ring alarm, school's out. We out. Ring it one more time, school's out, family. Woo! Black, hot, bang. Woo! Black, hot, bang. We out, we out, we out, we out, we out, we out, we out. Black, hot, body. Oh, whoa, come on. Black, hot, body. Much love to the fam. Black, hot, body. All right. All right, man. Much love. Holla everybody tomorrow night. We'll be back. Same black time, same black channel. Black hot fire. Peace, fam. I'm out. Much love.